Hi, welcome to today's video. Today we're going to be talking about a better future. So first, I want you to think about this. What are some of the biggest problems the world is facing nowadays? Please pause the video and write down at least three ideas before you continue. Great. Now we're going to go ahead and listen and let's see if your ideas were mentioned.
Page 54. Lesson B. A better future? 1. Vocabulary in context. A. What are some of the biggest problems that the world faces today? Make a list. Then listen to four people. Which of your ideas are mentioned? We asked people, what's the biggest challenge facing the world today? Here are some of their views and hopes for the future. Aya from Hiroshima.
Well, I wish we could eradicate poverty. The gap between the rich and the poor keeps getting bigger. There's something like 2 billion people who live below the poverty line. I just wish we distributed wealth more fairly.
Luis from San Salvador.
I guess I'd choose protecting the environment. And pollution is, I think, the biggest problem. I just wish everywhere hadn't gotten so polluted. Environmental protection is critical if we're going to survive. I also wish we invested more in green projects. I hope that makes sense.
Pin from Chiang Mai.
The biggest challenge? The eradication of hunger. I really wish someone would find a solution. You see all these poor, starving people. 16,000 kids die every day from starvation. No one should be hungry in this day and age. The problem is mostly one of food distribution. There are enough wealthy countries to solve it. I just wish I knew what to do about it.
Tom from San Diego.
There are so many unemployed people, especially with the economy the way it is right now. I wish the government would do something to reduce unemployment and create new jobs. I hope they put more investment in job creation.
Okay, so did you have any of these ideas? We're going to share in class. Let's continue. Now, which problem do you think is more serious and how would you solve it? Hunger, poverty, pollution, or unemployment? Remember to think about this before class so we can all share. Now let's continue. Let's go to student book page 55, exercise A. Are these sentences true or false? If you're not sure, you can check in the article. For example, number 1. Aya thinks that wealth is distributed fairly. This is, of course, false. Now pause the video and work on the rest. Okay, let's go ahead and check. 2. Chris feels bad that the world has become polluted. True. Pin says someone has found a solution to hunger. That one is false. And Tom wants someone to invest in new jobs. This is true. Very good. Now, let's read these sentences and think about this. Do you think these people have the right attitude? Why? Aya wishes we could eradicate poverty. Liz wishes everywhere hadn't gotten so polluted. Pin wishes someone would solve hunger. Tom hopes they will create new jobs. In this case, of course, all of them are talking about things that they want, their wishes. So let's go ahead and see how this works. We need to match what these sentences are doing to the examples. For example, imagining a different situation in the present. Do you think it's Aya wishes we could eradicate poverty? Riz wishes everywhere hadn't gotten so polluted. Pin wishes someone would solve hunger. And Tom hopes they will create new jobs. In this case, the one that is imagining a different situation in the present is Aya wishes we could eradicate poverty. Now pause the video and match the rest, please. Okay, Let's go ahead and check. The sentence that is telling something you want someone else to do is this one. Pin wishes someone would solve hunger. Expressing things you want in the present, past, or future is Tom hopes they will create new jobs. And imagining the past, Luis wishes everywhere hadn't gotten so polluted. Very good. Now, please pause the video while you identify the structures in these sentences. Okay? Great. Now let's go ahead and check. So, when we are imagining a different situation in the present, we're going to use the structure wish and the past. For example, Aya wishes we could eradicate poverty. Now, when we're telling something you want another person to do, then we're going to use wish, would, and the base form of the verb. Pin wishes someone would solve hunger. When we're expressing things you want in the present, past, or future, we're going to use hope. Ton hopes they will create new jobs. And to imagine the past, we're going to use wish and the past perfect. Luis wishes everywhere hadn't gotten so polluted. Good job! Now let's go ahead and practice. Let's go to workbook page 36, exercise A. Here, you need to circle the correct form of the verbs to complete the sentences. For example, I had forgotten that my friend's husband had lost his job. I wish I the unemployment issue when we were having lunch last week. Since we're talking about something in the past and we're imagining the past, we should use hadn't brought up. Very good. Now pause the video while you work on the rest. Okay, great. Let's go ahead and check. 2. The distribution of wealth is so imbalanced in this country. I hope the government will do something about it in the near future. 3. I wish more people would stop buying bottled water. It would go a long way toward protecting the environment. I hope this year's political debates include the pollution issue. We have so many polluted rivers in our area. 5. I wish the government could eradicate poverty in our country. And the last one, number 6. My responsibilities at work include buying gifts for clients. I wish I had signed up for the Green Committee instead. Very good. Excellent. Now let's continue. Now we're going to be working on exercise B. Here, we need to read the conversations and complete the responses with the correct form of the verbs in parentheses. Sometimes there is more than one correct answer. Let's do the first one. You know, the government doesn't do enough to protect the environment. You're absolutely right. I wish environmental protection a top priority. Here, since we're imagining the present, should we use simple past or should we use past perfect? That's right, to imagine the present, we're going to use simple past. We're a top priority. Very good. Now pause the video and work on the rest, please. Okay, great. We're going to check this during our class. Now let's work on exercise C. Here, you need to complete the sentences with your ideas. You have the first one as an example. Water pollution is a huge problem all over the world. I hope governments will work together to clean up our polluted rivers and oceans. Now pause the video while you write your ideas for numbers 1 to 4. Great, we're going to share during class. Lastly, I want you to please complete these phrases with your ideas. For example, I wish we could, I wish we hadn't, I hope our government will, I hope people won't, and I wish more people would. Pause the video while you work on this, please. Okay? Great, guys. We're going to share during our class. I will see you then. Bye bye!